Welcome back to the land of the living.
It's good to be back, man, but I kind of miss it.
I know, well, before we get started, you fanny. You absolute fanny. I told you so many times, don't go. How many times in my DMs to you have I said, I don't know, Miles, that sounds like a bad idea?
Well, I'm here now, so I've kind of manifested this, haven't I? It was a lovely holiday, my friend.
Don't get me wrong, I am absolutely thrilled you're alive and you're back home safe. Like, see when you came up to me outside, I actually had this. He's home, right? He's home. He's safe.
Expecting
he's
to see
fine.
some Taliban guy going, yeah, I am Miles.
I was worried you were going to come back like Homeland.
like 1,000 yards there, like.
What's the rug for, Miles? But yeah. Please leave a like and a comment on this video because it really helps me in the algorithm. But before we get started, this video is brought to you by Raycon. With Raycon everyday earbuds and headphones, you can instantly improve your audio experience with stunning quality at a far better price compared to other premium audio brands, with added features to perfect your unique sound profile. Raycon also has even more products to offer too, with Raycon Home and Raycon Power Tech like the Magic 180 cable, which adds extra comfort for when you need to charge. The everyday earbuds are better than ever, with an aesthetic rubber look in multiple colours and a feel that is both sleek and discreet, as well as including multiple optimised gel tips to provide that perfect fit for all-day maximum comfort, high-quality sound and security, regardless of the shape or size of your ears. Raycon everyday earbuds are more versatile than ever, with a built-in mic that allows you to take calls with the push of a button. They are also compatible with assistants such as Siri and Alexa, and include 3 easy-to-toggle audio profiles for you to customise to your liking. There is also a noise isolation and awareness mode for audio transparency when you need it. Raycons also offer 8 hours of playtime and a 32-hour battery life. People like them so much that their products have earned tens of thousands of 5-star reviews. I use my Raycons pretty much every single day and make use of awareness mode, which often allows me to hear my music without drowning out my surroundings. And Raycon's everyday headphones are a must-have for any audio lover, with a customisable comfortable fit, amazing sound quality, active noise cancellation, 40 hours of battery life, portability, and 5 microphones for crystal clear calls all day. Christmas is just around the corner, so if you are looking to buy a present for that special someone, Raycon are having an early Black Friday sale. There is 20% off of everything, 25% off of fitness earbuds, 30% off of tech kits, 30% off of impact earbuds and impact speakers, and 50% off of selected items. So go to buyraycon.com/Dankula to get 20 to 50% off site-wide, and also to help support the channel. But honestly, like, welcome back. I think you've got a wee bit of story to tell us about being in Taliban. How long were you in for?
My holiday was 8 months long in Taliban custody, so it was lovely stuff. Their intelligence, by the way, their GDI. So that's like their CIA, MI6. Spent 8 months in a guest house, made friends with the Taliban. Technically the best ever prisoner in Taliban history. Like the best treated prisoner. No joke, I'm actually in records, yeah.
That's it. So you've got a record for that in Afghanistan.
Yeah, no joke. The British Foreign Office were like really amazed. They were like, "This fucking guy," you know.
I'm finding it hard to believe that like Taliban insurgents were pure like, look, I know we're maniacs and all that, but like, he's just so nice. Yeah, he's so charming.
Yeah, they were like, if this guy's a little bit whimsical, a little bit goofy, you know, a little bit silly, we'll accept him as one of our own. With your tally bros, not your tally foes, you know. So all good.
For God's sake. So like, we'll start at the beginning because I know that you've been to Afghanistan a few times, but then you were also in Afghanistan during the American pullout, and that
the
was
best of us, yeah, man.
yeah, yeah.
I've been around a lot of pullouts, trust me.
Well, it's just a nice wee holiday and war breaks out. I've been there. It's called Tenerife.
I want to go there. It's pretty dangerous, mate.
No, don't go there. Don't go to Tenerife. Jesus, man. Anyway, Afghanistan. But like, you were there during the pullout, and then you were in the news, and you had people attacking you, but then you had people like me on the internet going, "That's funny."
Yeah, I got more attacked by journalists than I did by the Taliban. You see what I mean?
No,
like,
I believe that completely.
Yeah, 100%, mate. Like, so I was at the fall of Kabul. I'll do a recap for the viewers over there. I was at the fall of Kabul as the last ever tourist in the old government. So I didn't know the country was going to fall. I'd booked the flights and the holiday many months in advance.
Yeah.
I got told by all the journalists, everyone that Kabul would hold. But then I realised, I listened to journalists. Yeah. So then the country fell apart around me. Like when I flew in, I got into Kabul and I was like, yeah, this can only end well. And I saw some fucking special forces American geezer, and he was like, what are you doing here? I was like, holiday. And he just looked at me like, this fucking guy, and he just said, "I'm gonna see you soon in a few days, I think."
I think he knew.
Yeah, man, he knew.
And I mean, it'd be nice for him to tell you. He's like, that shit's about to fucking go down. Like, do you know that?
Yeah, he could have said, "Oh, you should buy a camera or something so you get really good footage." But
fucking
I was just goofing off. I had a lovely holiday. Taliban were coming at me and stuff.
Yeah.
I was just trying to get to the airport. My bank card got blocked, so I was trying to buy a flight on my way out. But of course, big transaction in Afghanistan got flagged up with NatWest or whatever.
Yeah.
So I was calling their Indian customer service line like, Taliban are coming! Fucking unblock my card, you wanker!
I'm sorry, sir, but I need digit 3 from your telephone password.
Yeah, and I'll read crazy. So my pin code and my sort code is 3773-457. No, joking. Stay on camera. But I got unblocked, got the airport, all flights are grounded. And then I got a notification saying, "Oh yeah, you've got like a flight cancellation insurance, so you got like a payout." And I was like, "That's nice, but if I'm fucking dead, I can't use that."
I was going to say.
I was like, "Oh, my look's changing a little bit." Yeah. So when I started walking towards a compound that was apparently housing all the foreigners, and then 2 Taliban bros came up to me, and they were like, "All right, mate, what are you doing here?" I was like, "Lovely holiday, isn't it?" And he was like, "Nah, I don't believe it." It's obviously, some Fed or something. So he starts questioning me, and he goes, "Where are you from, mate? You British? You NATO? You from NATO?" And I go, "I'm a Wales, mate." And he's like, "Wales? Where is Wales?" And I go, "Oh no, we're next to England, but we got invaded by the British. One struggle, brother. I'm with you, man. I have your sympathy because we both got invaded by the British. Geez, man." We're the same, and they were just there like so true, just like
so true, bestie.
So true, yeah. They were like, we should link up there. They were like, they were like, fair enough, mate. Enjoy your holiday. And then I got to this compound, right, and there was a bunch of people outside. And of course, because I'm British, I'm like, hey, I'm white. I push through, I was like, hey, I'm a tourist. I paid for a special package. Got to the front, and there was some. I think it was like I can't remember which way round it was, but I think he was Greek, and he was like, no, British, only Greeks coming in. I was like, don't worry, mate, I'm not Turkish. And he just started laughing his ass off. He was like, and then he knocked on the door. He was like, "You're all right, mate." And then some British soldiers let me in. And the first thing he did, he didn't ask for my name, didn't ask for my passport, gave me a piece of paper with the Wi-Fi password on. Oh,
that's good.
That was the stupidest thing. So I fucking started live streaming. I'm hearing bullets in the background, and I'm just like, "Hey guys, soy face." Yeah. Apparently my university was watching the live stream, and I was just like ranting about Israel.
Look, everyone, what's going on in there, Kramer?
Yeah, mate.
20 years of American hegemony is going down the fucking toilet. That's what's going. Mate. Free MRAPs though.
No, well, here's the thing too. When I did fly out too, I met some SAS soldiers. So I drinking with them in the fucking compound. So like, "You're the guy off the telly. You're that retard. Come with us." Yeah, so I got that video. I'm never going to release it, of course. But SAS soldiers giving me shots and stuff. First time I ever
don't dox the SAS.
No, I think it was the second time I've ever drank alcohol. Was the fall of Kabul. So it was bloody worth it, mate. Yeah.
You have booze there?
Yeah, they snuck them in through diplomatic pouches.
Ah, right, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, so I was just chilling, man. And then, I kind of networked with him. I was like, "Hey, can I join your WhatsApp group chat?" The SAS guys were like, "Hey, he's chill, he's goofy, he's a little bit silly." Absolutely, mate. So I'm still talking to him to this day. Met him in Ukraine, by the way. Long story. But when I flew out and everything, it was just chill, mate. It was a lovely holiday. I took some level 3 plates with me. I took some, because I put on like I think it was this exact black shirt, just normal black shirt, had some sunglasses on. And I carried some level 3 plates and some other military stuff I just took from the armory that was going to be left behind anyway.
Yeah.
Right? So I did a better pull up than Joe Biden anyway, but and also my ex. But I was carrying that stuff. I walked through Dubai airport just acting really confident, like, yeah, I belong here. This belongs on my arm. I'm military. Look, don't question me.
Yeah.
And they just let me have it. So I got back to the UK with these plates and sold it to some really dodgy Pakistani geezer on Facebook Marketplace.
Well, speaking of that, there was an event that just happened in Hartlepool the other day. Get on, that was a joke.
Yeah,
that was a bad joke. Too soon. That was literally yesterday. That was
Well, you gotta shoot your shot quite literally.
Fuck me, man. So
yeah, I mean, to be fair, it's probably the beard. I'm not into that, but big shave, man.
No, but it was so you got out of Afghanistan.
Yeah. So,
and then you went back.
Well,
but the time you went back.
First time I was like, hey, I need to pop down to South Sudan and wonder what's going on there. It looks like a lovely holiday. Media's like foaming at the mouth at this point, like, oh, this fucking guy. And I was like just goofing off, having a whimsical time, just white boy summer type stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, the average female journalist who's really autistic but not in a cool way. They just don't understand the grind set, 100%. Yeah, you actually do. So went to South Sudan, went to Afghanistan again to chill with the Taliban. And I just thought, okay, I'm going to go there, I'm going to goof off a little bit. I went to this old compound that used to be a hotel. And I actually had the ID pass. So I went there, knocked on the door, it was like near midnight, so I knocked on the door. This guy with a beard on says, I think he's just some Afghan geezer. He goes, come on in. So I go, okay. And then turns out it's a bloody Taliban compound that's been converted, for military use. So I just walk into a Taliban compound, like, well, he's got the pass, let him in. And then he realised, oh crap, this is some British tourist geezer. And they were like, wait, you're a guest, come and watch cricket with us, my friends. And I'm like, bloody hell, man. And I had a copy of my book with me that got published talking about me goofing off in Afghanistan. And they were like, wow, this is great. They started signing it and stuff. I'm like, lovely holiday part 2, mate.
That's funny as hell.
Yeah, and I saw we had these, the new Afghan Taliban flags, we had the headbands. And I was like, geez, I really want to, never get a job again. So how do I buy these and resell them? And they were like, oh, there's this geezer, Abdul, down the market, mate. You tell him Abdul sent you. And, you can buy them for dirt cheap. So I was like, holy moly, a good moment right here. I bought up loads of Taliban headbands. I actually got them custom made. So instead of saying, some stuff that might be questionable, I got them to say live, love, laugh. And resold them. And yeah.
Housewives that stay in Barrett estates will love that stuff, man.
Of course, man. Yeah, it's good for Halloween too. You can really scare the Afghan veteran with PTSD. Yeah, mate.
Fuck you,
just shake him and go, nightmare.
Allahu Akbar. Yeah, but so you went back there and we were all memeing and joking. You were always messaging me every time oh, I'm gonna go to this fucked up place. I'm gonna go to that fucked up place. And
you were like, don't do it, man. I was like, don't do it. Me at some point.
I was feeling I've grown to find you very whimsical and interesting. So can you not die?
It's called autistic, mate. But fair enough.
I prefer the term whimsical. But
same, mate. That's what my doctor uses.
But basically, you went back and you went radio silent, and that's when we were all like, has anyone heard from Miles?
That was my 5th time in Afghanistan, so after the front lines of Ukraine and Snake Island,
What everyone wants to know is what actually happened, because we were getting different information for the Home Office and all that stuff. Apparently you tried to purchase, or you tried to make a cash withdrawal of $1,000, and that made the Taliban suspicious.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that exactly what happened?
Basically, So what happened was, ahead of time, after my 4th trip to Afghanistan, the Russian government sent over a notification to the Taliban going, hey, we think this geezer is the Lord of War right here. And I'm Lord Mars, I'm not the Lord of War, of course. But they were like...
Russia's got the Lord of War, his name's Victor Boot.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like his brother or something. But they
don't like competition.
They were like, geez, this Mars guy, he's probably playing 5D chess. He keeps going to the front lines of Ukraine, and he keeps going to Afghanistan. So he's buying up old US armory stuff and reselling it to the Ukrainian government.
So it was the Russians that dobbed you in?
Well, it's a small part of it, but they were like, this guy's a major weapons dealer, bro. You need to check him out. So they were like, they heard of me at this point. The intelligence agency, the Taliban intelligence, GDI, had heard of me, and they thought, oh, this guy's like a whimsical geezer. He kind of tells the truth. He seems chill. He's our guy. But he might be dodgy. This report seems a little bit, silly. So we'll check him out. Next time he comes here. And so I went to Western Union because credit cards don't work there. The US has kind of blocked all SWIFT transactions. It's kind of cringe,
Yeah,
sanctions are cringe, man. Joe Biden, sort that out, man. Anyway, he watches you 100%, mate. Anyway, anyway, just drooling in the chair, watching in the White House, like. But anyway, I went to Western Union. I was like, $1,000, please, haha. And that's like half a year's salary. So it's like coming to England withdrawing 20k. It raises some flags. And they called up the GDI. They were like, hey, there's a goofed up white boy right here, quirked up. He's withdrawing like half a year's salary. Better check him out. So when I came out, there was some guy pointing a PKM at me, the other guy with a handgun. And I was like, oh, it's lovely holiday part 3 or something.
Didn't go to plan this time.
I had my 2 friends with me and they were shaking. And I was like, oh, this is going to be something, isn't it?
That's sick.
Yeah, so we get to the GDI building. They're like checking out my passport, inspecting it. And I was like, yeah, mate, I'm Lord Miles. You follow me? You should follow me. And I start searching my phones, my Twitter. I'm like, hey, you follow me right now. They read my book and stuff. They actually like, this is good literature. These guys read English and I was chill.
Yeah.
And then after a while, they were like, hey, Miles, got some red flags about you. Something doesn't add up. I'm like, yeah, fair enough. I kind of question myself too, mate. So they took me to Kabul, to the main GDI headquarters. And all along the way, they take us out for a meal and stuff. And they also let us take photos when we got the bag put over our head and also tied up. They let us take photos of that. We were just smiling, man. We had no idea what's coming.
Jesus Christ.
We'll put that photo on the screen a little bit later.
I would like some of the photos to show you on this video.
Trust me, you will. But we got to the main GDI place and I could see through my bag, so I'm just walking. I'm like, hey, come on, guys, we're actually in this place in Kabul. And the Taliban, like, this fucking guy is just doxing us right now to his friends. Because I know Kabul. I was like, yeah, we're like 10 minutes from a Russian embassy, mate. I know this place. I know this building.
Yeah.
And they're like, how the fuck does this guy know anything? But we get into this main compound. It's a holding cell. And when we get in, they close the door. And I'm like, it's so over, mate.
Was the whimsy starting to die down in reality? It was starting to set in a little bit.
I was like, how can I tweet about this in a positive manner? Yeah, but there were some other dudes there. They were just like, I've been here for 30 days, man. I'm like, good thing I'm not going to be here for 30 days. 8 months later,
Fuck's sake.
Anyway, my friend starts crying on me. I'm like, hey man, we have to manifest a good holiday, man. Don't worry about it.
Manifest a good holiday.
Yeah, man. It could have been a lot worse, And then some really, there was a kind commander who came in. I knew who he was at the time because I read a BBC article about him. This geezer, 1 month earlier in Jalalabad, a city. I call it Jalalagud, But he killed 200 Daesh and just left them in the street. So 200 ISIS members just murdered because they have a big feud with ISIS and ISIS has been eliminated from Afghanistan, thankfully. And inshallah, they will not come back. Mashallah. Hey, I'm used to their terms, why not,
Yeah.
And he goes, hey, what do you need, man? Do you need some toothpaste? Do you need do you need some towels? And I'm like, yeah, mate, sound. And they start interrogating us the next day. So first thing is, they test it from a soldier. So they hand me an M16 and they say, it's loaded, my friend. And I go, and they go, we want to test if you're a soldier. Show us how you'd, check if it was loaded or not. So they expected me to pull out a clip and stuff. I get it, and I know it's a test. I'm like, I'm going to fuck around a little bit. Full auto, point at the Taliban's head, click, and then I point it, click, and then I go, I was like, I could have got an easy way out, mate.
That was dumb. Why did you do that?
It was great.
Why did you do that?
It was great because...
No, why did you do
that? Listen. At first, they were all very serious, and then they started laughing. They're slapping their knees and stuff. They're like, "Oh, this guy's all right." To be fair, they were like, "That's pretty funny." It broke the ice. It was an icebreaker. You know how you got those YouTubers who do chat up lines and stuff with women? How to break the ice? I can do a top 10 methods to break the ice with the Taliban. You know what I mean? I was just goofing off, and they admired it. Then they read my book, and they were like, "Mashallah, this is excellent, good stuff, man." And I was like, "Thanks." I was like, "Can you sign it? It's gonna be quite an experience when I get out in a few days." And they were like, yeah, sure, a few days.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, no, it's chill. And they were searching my phones, and I've got some fucking dodgy memes on there, mate. Like some funny.
Oh, they don't care.
Yeah, they found it funny.
The Taliban probably agree with us on a lot of stuff.
You have video of Bin Laden singing my heart. They saw that. And they were like, "Is this real?" I was like, "Mate,
That's real."
I know, because I don't think they know about deepfakes, and I said, "Maybe." I was like, big if true, and they were just all watching it.
There's a bunch of fucking Taliban now that think that their leader was singing Numa Numa.
Yeah. Well, they still believe he's alive, so they're manifesting it.
I think he's still alive.
Yeah, man, I think so too.
Yeah.
He's actually he's in Leicester, by the way.
He's in Leicester.
Yeah, man, he runs a kebab shop.
So see as you were getting like led away with the bags over your head and stuff like that, was there, or even like just during your imprisonment, was there talk of executions or anything like that?
Nah. They were like, even the big criminals did not get executed unless if you were like Afghan National Army and you killed several people. It's like an eye for an eye thing.
Right.
So if you killed someone, maybe execution,
Yeah.
We would chill, but one day in, man, another prisoner came in, another one who spoke English. And I can't tell you too much about his identity, because the Taliban national security might be there, might not be.
Yeah.
Big American dude, 6'7" black man. And I go, "Oh, hey, hello, mate. Good to meet another English speaker. What are you in for? Do you know what's going on?" And he goes, "Yo, fuck white people. What the fuck are you talking to me for? I'm a terrorist. You're infidel. Fuck you." I'm like, "What? What the fuck?" And he's like, "I'm ISIS. I'm a mujahideen. I will kill you." I'm like, fucking over. I'm like, this is gonna make a great book. Oh, it's gonna be great. Yeah, it turns out he's under the delusion that he is like joining ISIS. So his American dude came to Afghanistan, and I'll run through it. I spoke with him over space of my detention, right?
Right.
And turns out he's a complete schizophrenic. He was in the U.S. Army at one point, so he kind of lost some marbles, I imagine. He converted to Islam. Can't recite one line of the Quran after like 10 years of studying. Yeah, the Taliban are like, "What are you doing here?" He's like, "I'm American Mujahideen," and they're like, and he's like, "No, brother, there was no American Mujahideen. What are you on about?" And he's like, "Nah, I'm the leader of Al Qaeda. I'm the leader of Al Shabaab." He's like, "When I make the Facebook post about the terrorist attack, my network make it happen, So he honestly believes there is a 9/11 about to happen on the Burj Khalifa. I'm like, why would you do that to a Muslim nation? It makes no sense, you know what I mean?
Did we just find Al Qaeda Christian?
Yeah, basically, yeah. No joke. And I would speak to him throughout.
The merge is happening, inshallah.
And at one point too, he comes to me. And he goes, I go, "How you doing, man? How are you holding up in this situation?" Because obviously he's burned some bridges with his behavior.
I'm still finding it funny that the Taliban went, "This guy's mental."
Yeah, they were like, "This guy's too radical." But I literally go, "How you doing, mate?" He was like, "Pretty good, man. The chip in my brain that Joe Biden put in surgically and personally at the end of my penis, it's degrading, man. It's degrading. So they can't send the signals through the satellites. Joe Biden talks to me at night, and I go, 'Fuck you, Joe Biden.' And I'm in the constant mental and spiritual warfare with him and him and Kim Kardashian. I'm like, all right, mate. And I go, "Actually, what did you do for a living? What was your job? What did you do on the outside?" I'm trying to create conversation. The Taliban listening, by the way, so they're like trying to jot down notes, and they just don't know what to make of it, mate.
It's just writing down absolute schizophrenia.
They're like, "Wow, this guy's speaking code," They actually did. They did actually get metal detector on his brain, see there was a chip in there.
Oh my god.
Yeah, just in case, man. I mean, to be fair, you can't be too sure with American fucking technology, so why not? Yeah, but they was like, "Holy shit, he's got like an iPhone in his brain," But,
oh my god.
Yeah, but he's like, "Oh, for money, man." So he was like, I'm a big terrorist. I finance all this stuff.
I'm a big terrorist. What do you do for money? I'm a big terrorist.
Yeah, man, put up a mortgage application.
I put that in your fucking CV.
Well, to be fair, in Leicester, it's probably common nowadays. But anyway, he says, "Before I was like, I'm actually Michael Jackson's long lost brother." I'm like, "So true, my friend, so true." And he goes, "If you Google my name, you'll find that I'm like the big dude. You know who I am. You just don't recognize me because I've grown a beard out and stuff." Googled his name, nothing comes up, mate. And he goes, "I did all this singing, and then all the celebrities they wouldn't let me join. Like, they wouldn't. I would refuse the invitation to join the Mossad and the Illuminati. So I got headhunted, and I said no. I'm like a big G with the Islamic State, and they're trying to kill me, man. So that's why I fled to Afghanistan. I'm trying to give up my U.S. citizenship, and I'm taking my $100 million with me. And then he also said, like, what else? Yeah, just trying to remember this skit.
When I used to do private security, I done a temporary stint in a mental health institute, because you're not allowed to say asylum, and it was a loony bin. It was a loony bin. And see, everyone you're saying, there was like 3 guys in there that all said, but like microchips in the brain, celebrities talk to me. All of them said that stuff.
If I retire, I'm working at that place and writing a book, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, then he also, this is what he said. He said, I fled to Afghanistan to get the citizenship so I can join, the Taliban Mujahideen. And the Taliban then intervened and said, why didn't you come here when the war was happening? And he was like, I was in Thailand prison. And then he didn't ask why, but I asked later, and I'll bring that up. I said, hey, okay, mate, how are you going to get citizenship in Afghanistan as an American? He was like, I was going to go to the US Embassy and renounce my citizenship. And I was playing my way into marrying a 5-year-old girl. And I was like, you're a libertarian? But
I fucking hate that.
Yeah, I'm kidding, man. But I was like, hey, mate, we're dodgy. And then he goes, I wouldn't have sex with her. He's all sweating bullets and like his eyes are darting. Like he's like the worst Ben I've ever met. I'm just there like trying to keep a straight face, like, I'm like, man. And then I was like, why were you in Thailand prison? And then he just blurt out, not for having sex with children. And I'm there like, this fucking guy. So I'm just there like, holy crap. I just don't know. And apparently he's been messaging the Taliban, like just sending DMs to random Taliban accounts on Twitter.
So he gets sent back to America.
Well, well, that's what he said too. He's been DMing Taliban accounts for 6 months saying, I'm coming to join you, brothers. One struggle. And the Taliban were anticipating him. They're like, we need to arrest this motherfucker. It's like, this guy is probably the worst US Fed ever sent. Yeah. Or he's just schizophrenic. I don't know. Half my books so far, my second book, is just a psychological analysis of this guy. I literally have 10,000 words on him. Like, it's great. But
I would imagine it's quite interesting.
Yeah. So, towards the end, when I was about to be deported, one of the Taliban top commanders came here, and we were talking, and he went, Taliban commander, when I get deported, I want to stay in the Afghanistan. I don't want to go back to America. They will execute me. I want a political asylum. And he's like, all right, yeah, fair enough, mate. We'll let you stay. And then the Taliban goes to me and goes, no. We were like gossiping about this guy. Like, this guy's crazy. Yeah, I don't know what to make of him. Like, they say, oh, so you're a big Muslim, my friend. He goes, yes, I am, Taliban commander. I'm the biggest mujahideen out there. He's like, what's your favorite line of the Quran? And he just starts spraying bullets. His eyes starts, bulging out. He's like, he's like, excuse me. He's like, do you know any line? He's like, He's been stuck with the Quran for 6 months, by the way. So it's the only entertainment he's had. And he hasn't memorised one bloody line.
Is that all he's had in the room?
Yeah, he's not memorised one line, mate. And they're just like, this fucking guy, man. Worst Fed ever sent by the Americans.
Well, this was like, see, during this time is when we were all like sort of trying to post updates from you, because we were hearing some shit for the Home Office and the special group who deal with this stuff, who we are not allowed to name.
Yeah, I know which network.
Yeah, I know, like, it's kind of like, hey, don't tell anyone we spoke to you, we don't exist. And I was like...
Yeah, just don't tell the journalist. Yeah,
journalist
who shares news, don't tell anyone.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, you just told me, that I hate any aspect of government. Don't tell me shit, go away. Man, like, don't tell me secret shit. But basically... The thing that happened all the time is you were still maintaining communication, right? But but then we were going out on Twitter and going, everyone, Miles is alive, because
it's real. Yeah,
we were getting pictures, we were getting messages, but then obviously we couldn't post it anywhere and we couldn't tell anyone why.
I must put a disclaimer: I did not have internet in Taliban prison. Yeah, 100%, yeah. I did not. And then you have a Foreign Office. They messaged me by proxy saying, "Miles, can you stop tweeting, please? It's making too much of an international incident." And I was like,
"No, shit."
And I was like, you haven't confirmed my bacon cheeseburger. You know what I mean? I was like, I on the first phone call I had with the Foreign Office, I'm like, no matter if I come out in 1 month, 1 year, or 10 years, if you do not have a bacon cheeseburger with me in the interrogation room, I will not cooperate with you guys. I will go to prison. If I do not give a bacon cheeseburger. In fact, add a milkshake and a pack of chili Doritos on that. They never confirmed it. They actually wrote it down, but they never confirmed it. So every time they would say, Stop tweeting, Miles. I'll just be like, bacon cheeseburger. Make it happen. Just confirm. I need confirmation.
But that was the thing is we were having so many problems because we were like, Miles is alive, he's safe, he's being treated well, and every time there'd be about 100 retweets on it going, Miles is dead, everyone, he's dead, he's died.
Yeah,
like,
I'm Lord Miles.
It annoyed me because I was like, he's alive,
yeah.
I've spoken to him, but we can't tell anyone because
exactly.
basically I'm like, if we snitch and go, oh, it's because he's talking to us, then the Taliban are going to go, how has this cunt accessed the Wi-Fi? Because the reason was that the Taliban not believe it was one of their own guys doing it for clout.
Yeah, so they believed it was a friend who was just passing along information. That was chill. They were like, yeah, he's saying good stuff, he's saying honest stuff, no problem with that. But obviously, if someone thought I had internet and was downloading movies and goofing off, then obviously, as a security concern, it's a bit of an issue. But I didn't have internet, so that's all good. Yeah.
But that was the reason. So just to clarify for everyone, the reason we couldn't post the pictures of Miles and all this other stuff and tell you that he was actually fully alive and show you all the evidence is because the Taliban were watching his Twitter. They would have seen his Twitter and went, this motherfucker has internet access, and then Miles would have been cut off. Yeah. So that's why we couldn't tell you anything.
Speaking about that too, I was chilling with the Taliban, man. It got yeah, it was proper sick. I was like, I need to goof off, man. I need to come on top of this. So you know I have this gold mine thing going on behind the scenes. Well, all jokes aside, man. I do a lot of due diligence. In the background, there's actually a lot of business stuff going on. I somehow make money. It's actually good money. Turns out traveling Taliban merch salesman is actually a real profession. Big if true, So it pays better than investment banking somehow. It's my bank does not believe me, man. I applied for a mortgage. They're like, "What's your job, mate?"
Source of income.
I was like,
Taliban merch.
There's other stuff like that too, and they're like, "How the hell did you get a hedge fund investment, mate?" I was like, "Business is just goofing off, But anyway, when all that stuff happened, I was like, I need to open a gold mine in Afghanistan. There was a lot of money to be made there.
And I dreamed.
How else could you make millions of dollars without actually selling yourself to Satan in the West, basically? Like there was a lot of money to be made there. Taliban make money, locals make money, I make money. So sometimes in life, drop shipping, that's been done, mate. That's been done. Shopify stores, everyone's doing that nowadays. But one thing that even Andrew Tate has not picked up upon yet is the Afghan gold mine grind set. No joke. I've done the math, and trust me, I'm kind of retarded, so I'm autistic like that. I can do math. Press numbers, and I'm like, shit, that's a big number. There's millions to be made there. There is $3 trillion of minerals in Afghanistan, and I'll go through geopolitics. So the fucking Chinese are doing the Belt and Road Initiative up north, and they're taking over northern provinces, right? Yeah. So they're like, crap, the Chinese, the Taliban, like, okay, the Chinese are doing good business, but we can't let them control us, like with Africa, right? And the Chinese are like, we got the Belt and Road, we only want that area, we're chill. So the Chinese are done. And then everyone else doesn't have a connection with the Taliban, and any people that actually do have done business with the US government or NATO in general, those big companies. So no one's eligible to do this stuff. And for other people who might be interested and might possibly be able to do it, just don't have the connections. So I'm the guy.
The Taliban? Oh yeah, I know them.
It's like, I know those people. I know them. So at one point, I started presenting this to the Taliban, so pitching it whilst they were interrogating me. So they walk into my room in the guest house. I'm just standing there like this. I go, "Come on in, welcome to my office. Welcome to my office." They're just fucking laughing. They're trying to be serious themselves.
I'm getting this idea of them like banging a table, sitting there with the car battery and the clamps, going, "What outfit are you from?"
No,
and you're sitting there giving this fucking PowerPoint about how to make money fast.
I actually did do a PowerPoint.
This isn't interrogation. This is a business.
No joke. At one point, a few months in, I went to the headquarters. Just had a dinner with the Taliban, picnics and stuff, goofing off. And then, some ministers came in and some business people, and I had my laptop with me. I put together a pitch deck, like a nice fancy PowerPoint presentation. Went into the conference room, HDMI cable, laser pointer. I'm like, step one, money. I actually do it professionally. I used to work in banking, investment banking, investment banking. Yeah, so I do this whole thing. I start pitching stuff, running through numbers. I actually start making notes, and I'm just like, I do the Peter Griffin laugh because it's so goofy, man. I'm like, this is exactly what I want to do with my life. I'm living it up, mate, 100%. So right now, they're like, Miles, you're the bridge between the British and the Afghan government and the economy. I'm like, so true, my friend. I'm just gonna go with it. Screw it. So if I set up a gold mine, which they actually are helping with, by the way, up to this point, I'm messaging them right now, 10 minutes ago, messaging those people too, just like, oh, yes.
I bet I'm not end up in a bunch of lists because you're here.
No, mate, no. I'll go into the office. I'll be like, nah, Count Dankula's cool. Take him off the watch list. It's all good.
Oh,
I'm kidding. Not fair. Now, to work in intelligence, you have to have intelligence, and I think I'm kind of lacking that, man. You know.
Yeah, I mean, going to Afghanistan multiple times and then pointing a gun at them for a laugh.
Yeah, well, it was a laugh, to be fair, wasn't it? So you can't debunk that, you know.
I mean, I'll admit, there's lengths I'll go to make a fucking joke.
Yeah, but they're tally chads, you know. I'm Lord Miles, I'm goofing off. And I'll consider a British ambassador to the Taliban government if they actually, you know, the king asked me nicely, you know. But he has to buy me a bacon cheeseburger as well, you know, do a little meeting. Maybe actually make me a lord, you know, for the whole knighting process.
Yeah.
I think I'll just be doing it. You know, as that's happening, I'll just do a Peter Griffin laugh as he's knighting me. Like, shit posted my way into politics.
Miles of Arabia.
Yeah, mate. He launches his son with an extra chromosome, you know. Well, here's the thing, I don't know my dad. Big if true, might be real.
So during like the interrogations and stuff like that, like what were they asking you? Like what information were they trying to get out of you?
So at first they were like, okay, you're a soldier, and obviously they found out I wasn't. And then they were like, okay, what are you doing here? I was like, Taliban business. And they I pitched it to them, and they're like, it's so stupid, it kind of makes sense, and you know, it's not something a Fed would do. I had all my records, all my invoices on my phone and laptop, so they were like, okay, seems legit. And they were like, at one point they were like, we think you're a Fed, you know, we're going to ask some questions. And I was like, why do they think I'm a Fed? You know, why? And turns out my best friend, his name was James, by the way, he goes to Nottingham or whatever, trash friend. He told them during interrogations, we got questions separately during the first 13 days. He told them Miles might be a spy. Just out of the blue. I thought they were chatting crap when they were telling me this. You know, it's part of the pressure. You know, they're just lying, saying James said this. I listened for audio recording, man. My best friend said it might be a spy, and I think he was under stress. He wasn't obviously being pressured or anything, but he just fumbled. He's really autistic too, but not the cool kind. Right. Just mixes his words. Can't talk to women. Has no bitches, basically. Right. So yeah, exactly. He's like really autistic. So it's you know how he is. He watches anime. You know, his brain is.
I watch anime.
I'm sorry to hear that, man.
I mean, look around you, man. Jesus Christ.
Oh no!
No.
Actually, One Punch Man's kind of cool.
Would you want to know the funny thing about that?
That's me in a few years, my hair.
Because this is set dressing, I literally claimed this on my taxes.
Well, you pay taxes? Cringe.
No,
I haven't paid my tax in 3 years.
I feel dirty every time I do it. You haven't paid taxes in 3 years. I suppose you're technically a resident of Afghanistan.
So true.
I mean, if you're there for more than 6 months of the year, the British government consider you a resident.
They actually did offer me citizenship. The Taliban did towards the end. One of the guys said, "Hey, we can get you citizenship," and I'm like, I'm tempted because then I can go to like Oxford University and go, geez, man, I'm like, I've got no qualifications or special skills or anything, but I'm technically brown, so can you give me a scholarship? You know, for diversity. And they'll be like, so true, my friend, very sorry about your situation. Here's a degree honorary, you know.
Here's a house.
Yeah, here's a 5-star hotel, you know. Yeah, man.
Fucking
good
hell.
Stuff. Oh, British government's gonna be watching.
So like
this.
your actual treatment of you, like
it was solid.
No, there was no one like physically attacked you. You weren't hit, you weren't beat, you weren't tortured. There was nothing like that at all.
Now, well, we arm wrestled a little bit from time to time. One guy we actually did wrestle at one point. Like one guy was a professional wrestler, so he was teaching me some techniques. And we were boxing together too. We had a boxing bag in the room which I bought. So we were just chilling together, me and the Tally Bros, just watching Barbie in the morning. That the Barbie movie, I pirated that, by the way. Then just goofing off together. You know, we would just hang out. You know, it's like just bros goofing off. You know how it is. Just, you get a bunch of guys together.
Can I just hold on? Can we go back? You sat and watched the Barbie movie with the Taliban.
I watched the Barbie movie. They liked it. I got some.
They liked it.
Well, it was a good movie, to be fair, but Ken did carry it. Because,
I just get this image of the Taliban walking around like, I am Knuff.
Well, here's the thing too. I found some Farsi subtitles on the internet, so I was like, download that. Yeah. What else? Rambo 3. They love Titanic, by the way. So you can imagine, yeah. So at first they were like, "This is trash, man. Where's the guns?" I was like, "Wait a minute." And one of the guys had actually seen Titanic before, so one of the Taliban were like, "Wait a minute, man. it's a great movie about love and stuff, and it ties into like the teachings of Islam, because it talks about love and all this other stuff, and respect for a woman and how you should save and put yourself first. He went on a schizo rant.
I think that may be the first time that sentence has ever been said. Titanic ties in with the teachings of Islam.
Well, there was some good stuff. Well, to be fair, I kind of get it. There was some good stuff in there. Obviously, the whole cheating stuff and sex before marriage is cringe, but yeah. And they watched it, and at the end, even the hardest Taliban, who was like very stoic, was like actually wiping away a tear. They loved it, man. And no joke, we watched Titanic over 7 times.
Oh my
Over
God.
7 times. I think I know which scene it like. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. We actually skipped past that. When we first started watching movies together, they hadn't properly seen movies. You know what I mean? It was a new thing to them. Like, they had TikTok, but never actually...
There was a ban on Western media for a long time.
Some degree, yeah. Like, they kind of... As long as it's war movies, as long as they can differentiate, I think it's kind of like, it's a chill thing,
Yeah.
So, at first, when they were watching the movies, when they saw a woman... All of them would collectively sigh. Oh no, woman on the screen. Skip. So I was there smiling like so.
I have to say, I'm starting to warm up to these guys.
Yeah, they're chill. Honestly. So I was just chilling them with my book, with my laptop. I was writing my second book, and I was goofing off a little bit. I was putting together some business documents for the Taliban about the gold mine. I was researching this stuff, going through the numbers. I had this master Excel documents. It was solid. And they like System of a Down. They also like ABBA.
So everybody likes ABBA.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's true. Yeah. Dancing Queen. I can't sing.
I was just picturing the Taliban doing that.
Well, it was more kind of, they started playing some. It wasn't music, but it was like there's this thing called Taliban music. It doesn't have instruments, where it's like some guys just singing and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's about like GDI. The Tally bros are watching. They know what I'm talking about. They're on that real shit. And I was like, hey mate, you got good music, to be fair. It is kind of catchy. Fair enough. Do you want to listen to my music? And they were a bit wary at first, but they were like, hey, as long as we listen to it objectively, just out of respect, and don't obviously let it inflict our emotions, I guess we'll listen to it once. System of a Down, we listened to it whilst working out a little bit. Because it wasn't too bad. They was like, yeah. And then ABBA, they were like, go white boy, go, sing. Yeah, I started singing, they was like,
It sounds like overall, like, your treatment was really good.
No, it was really good, honestly. Like I said, my Tally bros, from the Tally Chads, it was the best holiday I've had in a long time. I really outdid myself, I'm really proud of this situation. I wish it lasted a little bit longer, because I was allowed to send myself money. All right, so it's quite funny. I got in trouble for collecting money out of Western Union, but I was allowed to send myself even more money. Yeah. So after a while, I spent £1,000. I bought some workout equipment. You see the picture here. Right now, I got quite swole. So
you're the first hostage I've ever seen gain weight.
Yeah, mate. Honestly, the food was decent. I could have as much food as I want. I mean, obviously, meat was not exactly. Just free flowing. So how it worked was, Taliban walked to headquarters. They collected some food from a big pot, and then they gave us the servings first to us detainees, and then they ate the remaining stuff. So we always got the food first. They eat the same stuff as us. Yeah. So everyone got equal treatment. Everyone was treated very, very well. And jokes aside, with all this goofy stuff, they were actually solid. They were very kind. They treated me like a brother. And you know what? It sucked being in detention, fair enough. But I did commit a crime. I do apologise for Taliban about that. But it's a permit. It's like jaywalking in the US. Who cares? Yeah. But it was solid. I gotta say thanks for good treatment, because I can understand how it could have gone. I've heard horror stories, but I was solid, man. I was solid.
Well, why was the detention so long?
Yeah. So. They have a zero tolerance on foreigners committing crimes and stuff like that. Right. Because obviously, the 20 years of war, they just don't want any trash.
They're a touch sensitive.
Yeah. It makes sense, to be fair. The higher ups are like, hey, we've just gone through all this crap. We don't want anyone causing trouble in our nation. We're trying to sort things out. We want to be completely safe. We don't want any corruption digging in. We don't want anyone blowing the lines in the law. So the law is very straight. If you commit a crime, you do go to the jail, or you do get detained for a little bit. I didn't have a permit for that gold mine area. It was a restricted area. I went there. My bad. And the investigation took a while. They found I wasn't a spy. They were like, yeah, you might always be, but Miles, we will keep an eye on you. And I just said, you know what? Here's the thing. How about if I pay for the GDI, one goofy guy to. If he knows English, he hangs out with me 24/7. He can watch me all the time. I'll pay his salary, and he can make sure I'm chill. He can make sure I'm not doing anything dodgy. And they're like, Yeah, to be fair, that's a good offer, to be fair. I'm like, yeah. So it was meant to be 6 months, but apparently the paperwork, because there's no diplomats that were coming to Afghanistan from England and Doha, that's where the embassy was.
Yeah.
Communication was slow as hell, of course. I oversaw it. Oh my God, British government, man. And,
There was a thing I heard that I wanted to ask you
Yes,
that was meant to be part of the negotiations for your release, and I want to know if this is true, right? I heard through our connections to people that fucking are part of that and all that, man. I hate people that glow, but unfortunately they have good information. Apparently one of the things where it's like, oh yeah, we are totally happy to take miles off your hands. The British government was saying this, but we want you to instate women's rights in Afghanistan first. That was part of the offer, but it's
they were tweeting about it too. I oversaw the negotiations between MI6 with this stuff, and they were talking about women's rights, and I was like, you might as well ask for a Hooters in Kabul with a strip club as well and a beer fountain. It's just as likely, you retards. You know what I mean? It's like it's an Islamic nation, and to be fair, like it's not gonna happen, is it? Even the Americans couldn't install women's rights because it happens in the home. You can't give that oversight.
Because that's what
it's not gonna happen, mate.
That's what fucked me off with the government, because it's a case of, this was your life, you know, you're in the custody of people who, let's be fair, they were very nice to you, but they are known for being violent lunatics, like, a lot of the time, right?
They just goof off, you know?
Yeah, just goofy, you know, whimsical. But they were asking for something that they knew for an absolute fact that the Taliban were not going to fucking do.
Yeah, exactly.
But they were using your life as a tool for it.
That
pissed me off.
Oh yeah, no, honestly, that's why I didn't get out of a 6-month mark, because the British were like, women's rights, and I was like,
so you were in an extra 2 months because the British government wanted the Taliban to put in women's rights.
That's my understanding of it. Yeah. So I was
first of all, women's rights, cringe.
Yeah.
Exactly. But second of all, the Taliban would never do that, and they know that.
No, the whole thing is they don't understand too. The law is controlled by the Quran, and whatever rights given to men and women are installed by the book, and that makes perfect sense, mate. If I had a Christian ethno-state, which I kind of do want, to be fair, in England, I would have it by the Catholic Bible, you know.
Yeah.
So minus the child stuff. So but anyway,
easy with that up in Scotland, by the way.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, don't say that outside.
Yeah, mate. But I was like, you're not gonna get it. You might as well ask for an Israeli embassy at the same time, you bunch of retards.
Yeah, that was
spastics.
They knew it was something that they weren't going to get.
Yeah, it was just so they say, mate, we asked.
It annoyed me that they were using your life and the lives of other prisoners, then putting them in jeopardy so that they could virtue signal. Basically, you did another 2 months so they could virtue signal.
Yeah, I went for 2 months. Kind of cool, but yeah, I wish. And plus, I even asked the British government on the phone. I was like, "Hey, if you have to kind of like get me out, can you do it during spring or summer? Because I want to come out with a tan. I want to come out looking good." And they was like, "For fuck's sake, this kid." But I was like, "Yeah." They were trying to do that, the whole women's rights stuff. Also, I found out the woman handling my case. By the way, one of them said 2 years ago, previously, it got leaked to the Daily Mail or whatever, big thing, and it was like. British prisoners abroad who are having trouble, even detained by terrorist groups, we're under no obligation to help them. And she was like head of my case. So I was like, oh, it's so over.
I seen the emails for her, by the way, and then it said at the bottom in the email signature, she, her, and I went, oh no, she's handling this case. She's pronouns in her emails to the Taliban.
Yeah, here's the thing too. I mean, after I had a meeting with one of the British, British staff that came to Afghanistan just to meet me for a welfare check.
Yeah.
They were like, we only got 5 minutes, and he was some stuck-up wanker with a stick up his ass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what I did after the whole meeting, they weren't sharp. I was like, I was a little bit shaken up because it was quite early on. It was like month 2 or something, and I was like, hey, write down your email. And they're like, where's a pen? I'm like, get a pen right here, write it down, bloody hell. I was like Margaret Thatcher on that. I'm like, get on the ball, you fucking bureaucrats.
Yeah.
And then I wrote them a complaint email where I just called them incompetent. I said, I wrote this email to them like afterwards. I said, you're incompetent. I have no faith in your abilities. Your diversity hire. I just wrote all this stuff to these staff members, and of course he never wrote back. But I made sure he fucking read it.
So was it What was it that actually ended up getting you out? Was there anything like done in exchange or anything?
Nah, there wasn't an exchange of money. The British government doesn't do that. Neither do the Taliban anymore.
Yeah.
They don't. There was no exchange of money, no exchange of prisoners. It was basically just they talked. The other two British men, the other three British men were convicted of being spies. So what happened was, if I would just do a quick one, I have to leave out some details, of course. The other two British men I've met once in a hotel before because they managed the hotel. I've met up, so they thought I was part of that network. So the whole spy thing also kind of culminated together. But if you see a white dude in Kabul, you just talk to them because it's one of my friends, you know.
Yeah.
So we just talked once. They thought, maybe he's part of a network or whatever. But this guy, these guys were convicted of being spies, so we must have some strong evidence. And then the third guy apparently went into Kabul, and then actually just walked around with our photos, going, "Excuse me, Taliban, where have these men being held?" Just like doing that until we got arrested. So that's pretty funny. You imagine just walking up to random like soldiers and going, "Excuse me, where's Bin Laden? Where's Bin Laden?" Yeah, same thing. Yeah, it's the equivalent. So they're like, "Why the fuck are you asking where prisoners are? Who are you?"
That guy doesn't sound like a very good spy.
Yeah, he was the second time being arrested in Afghanistan, by the way, by the Taliban.
He's a very bad spy then.
Yeah, it's like, these fucking glowies, man. You think they're competent? I don't think so, man. I would never be a glowy because one, obviously pays like trash. Two, high risk, and three, they're retards. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a retard, but I'm a cool retard. You know, it's like you can't be glowy and you can't be cool. But anyway, so. We all got released after a while. Apparently there was some negotiation.
Was there touching goodbyes?
Actually, yeah, a little bit. Like at one point, so the British men, they were the biggest trouble. The two men who were convicted of being spies.
Yeah.
They were actually, so one of them was unnamed. He was former SAS, a important guy, actually high up in security clearance. So hence his name wasn't released. But, that was mainly a thing. I was just tagged on to the whole thing. I had the Taliban apologise to me, saying, "Sorry I took so much longer, my friend. If it was up to me, I would release you right now. But, it's political." I'm like, it's chill, man. Don't worry about it. But, they're my Tally bros, And, and then at one point, they came into my room and they said, "All right, Miles, how you doing? You're going to be released. You're going to be deported. Pack up your stuff. You got about 12 hours. We're going to take you to another location." So
based. Sorry.
Yeah, so I was like, yeah, exactly. I don't have an exit stamp in my passport, so I'm like, ooh. But I was like, oh crap, I've wanted advance notice. I wanted to film a YouTube video whilst there, but I was like, yeah, whatever. So I got out my remaining money, slapped on the table, and I said, "Iqbal, Hamidullah, please kindly go to the bazaar, buy me pizza, ginseng, Pepsi. We're going to have a feast, brother. We're going to have a feast. We're going to enjoy ourselves. We're going to watch a movie. It's going to be chill, man.
We're going to watch Titanic. Going to watch Barbie."
Well, we loved Rambo 3. We loved, what's that movie? Die Hard. Die Hard, yeah. They loved
Die Hard.
Yeah, man.
Everybody likes Die Hard.
Yeah, they also loved Over the Hedge. That kids movie? I lost one movie from the bazaar. It's like 10 Afghan, like 10 pence a movie. Right. And for some reason, they just threw it over the hedge with Pashto and Farsi subtitles. And I was like, I actually like this movie. It was solid, as a kid. And they watched it and they were like, "It's a cartoon, no problem." I was like, yeah, to be fair. So they looked over the hedge, they found it funny. Why not? It was a good bridge between cultures. It was good. They showed me some of their
Over
stuff.
the hedge?
Yeah, exactly. No, I think we watched about 50 movies at the end of it, Yeah, some of them just, some of the movies they just didn't like. Black Hawk Down was a big one. That was good. It had, it was the only one that had Pashto, not subtitles, it was
dubbing.
It was dubbing, yeah. So they were watching and they were like, "Oh, this is cool, man." And they were like, when the Americans failed, they were like, when the Black Hawk went down.
I would imagine so. So what happened? Did they just take you to the Afghan airport?
Yeah, no, so what happened was I got transferred, so I had a whole military escort. I got put into one of those bulletproof cars. Been in one of them before, with the commander. He's chill like that, He's my G. He's like my top T, Taliban. So Andrew Tate says top G, I say top T.
Taliban.
Yeah, man. So we drove to this middle house, that was like halfway in between, just for security reasons, just in case. And the commander was there and he was like, "Congratulations, my friend. I hope you do decide to come back one day for business. We would just love to have you again. We think you're solid. Very sorry about this whole situation, but you know how it is." I was like, yeah, I never risk. No problem. And he was like, "Do you think you might come back?" And I say, "My friend, I promise you," pinky promise, by the way. I was like, pinky promise.
Pinky promise.
And I said, 3 weeks. 3 weeks. Yeah, and I'm going back in 3 weeks.
Right.
They said, "Okay, we're going to give you this letter from the Minister of blah blah blah, and also our intelligence agency, saying Moles is an honorary member of Mujahideen. No joke. He cannot be searched. He cannot be stopped. He cannot be questioned at checkpoints. You know, his goods cannot be searched. He's free to do business in the country. He can go anywhere. That's not a military site. Anyone who, I think it was anyone who stops him beyond the validity of his checking the validity of his document will be arrested themselves. They'd signed this commander geezer. So I've seen this before. I've seen it. Some other British people have had it who have done big business in Afghanistan. Yeah. So when I hand it, at the checkpoints, they'll just go, yeah, going through. So I've kind of got the N-word pass for Afghanistan.
I was about to say that's better than an N-word pass. It's a Mujahideen pass.
I don't need the N-word pass, to be fair. I'm a gamer, so
I mean, I never say racism on camera.
On camera.
Turn
the camera off, mate. I've got some racism to say.
Oh, that's for later on.
Yeah, we'll cut that bit out. That's fine.
We'll chat about that ethno state later.
Yeah, exactly. There's this place called Hyperborea, mate. It's in Afghanistan, 100%. It's true.
It's in Afghanistan.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing too. I cheated on my wife with an Afghan man. He's a A10 blue eyes, and he's shown me where Gartha is. True story. Don't let the press find out about this.
Okay.
I'm getting now. I'm just shit posting, man. I'm high on fucking coffee.
But there was you just get taken to the airport. Then you were on the plane and you were back home now.
Well, they take me to the waiting for you. They take me to the airport, and then the other 3 British men come, and obviously they were convicted of being spies, so they were in the serious jail, the maximum security jail. Yeah. And I was in the you goofed off a little bit, but you still committed a crime jail, like a guest house. I was in a normal house. They were in an actual jail.
Yeah.
So they looked very depressed and stressed, and they came, and the one guy I met at the hotel, he was like, I did not fucking expect to see you here. I was like, hello, lovely holiday, my friend. How are you? And he's like, apparently they were very bored. So it turns out they didn't have laptops and they weren't watching Barbie. So apparently they played. Yeah, they played fly tennis, where if there was a fly in the room, they would hit it between themselves like tennis to pass the time and shit. And they would just, it was jail, it was fair enough.
So, you arrived back in the UK, but you did something to the journalists.
Oh, yes.
When you were on your way back.
Of course.
Right?
Yes. So what happened was, I've got a list of journalists. I call it my blacklist. I've got a physical book of all the details of the journalists who screw me over, basically. And they're not the ones who write bad opinions about me. They're chill. They can have their opinion. Fair enough. They don't like me. Whatever. But these journalists are the ones that have lied and pretty much just, messed with me. They've messed with me. They caused me problems for no reason.
Yeah.
They've just straight up lied about some stuff. So what I did, I messaged them as I was arriving in a London airport. I messaged them going, hey, anyway, I'm arriving in Birmingham soon. And it's obviously a red flag. If you know anything about me, I would not arrive in Birmingham airport. Yeah, so it's like these people they did it themselves, And I was like, I'm doing a free photo shoot. I'll tell you my story. I'll do it for free. You get a free exclusive. Come meet me. I just put down my phone, and then they were like, oh yeah, let's go. They suddenly started being very nice to me. Of course, I was like, yeah, you wankers. Yeah. Of course, I arrived at the other airport, so they're waiting at the arrivals desk in Birmingham, and they're just like they waiting for cameras and stuff. So like there was at least 7 or 8 of them. Apparently, I had like a little list, and after a while they were like, a few hours go by. They're like, Miles, you gonna be there soon? I was like, sorry, jeez, man, just being debriefed, but I've got some great photos I'm gonna share with you. You're gonna love it. It's gonna be a great story. I'm really glad you came. Just wait a little bit longer. Thanks, babe. And then they would message like after 5 hours, and they were like, we have to go soon, man. We have to go, Miles. I'm like, but this is gonna be the big story that you've been waiting for. I love you guys. You just wait around 1 more hour. And then afterwards, they realised I was fucking with them because I tweeted about it as they were there. Yeah. And some guy also invoiced me saying, oh, for my time it's being wasted. I waited 8 hours for you. I'm just like.
That's fucking amazing.
So I say, send me your WhatsApp. Send me your Cash App. $300 sound fine. They were like, yeah, arrogant assholes. And then I requested the $300 to them to try and get them to accept, so they would send me the money. But they didn't fall for it this time, and they fucking shouted at me. They were like, they gave me a voicemail, like, you fucking asshole, and they just hung up. And I just messaged them saying epic troll, but they blocked me.
Oh, for fuck's sake! They deserve it, though, journalists. Like, because let's be very honest, like. journalists are like, oh, hey, how you doing, big guy? And they act like your friend when they're not. Like,
Yeah,
they would have been all smiley and happy and nice to you when you
Yeah.
landed and got the story. And then they would have written all kinds of horrible
trash,
shit about you, because
they-
that's what they do.
Yeah, of course. You got a beast on journalists. You got a beast on some people in life. You just got to goof off, you know?
Yeah.
They have made myself... they made an enemy of me, so I'm just constantly trolling them. Once I got it in the paper, it was some big paper I can't name because they might sue me for omitting this. But I lied to them and told them I was an Israeli citizen who was actually secretly Israeli, and I didn't want to... I wanted to pretend I wasn't, so I wouldn't be subject to anti-Semitism online or something.
How did they react to that?
Well, after we found out, they published it.
How did they react when you told them you
They
were
was like,
Israeli?
oh, jeez, I'm very sorry about that. That makes a lot of sense, to be fair. And they were just like very
Daily Mail.
sympathetic. I can't say who, but
I was right, wasn't I?
no, I can't say who. But then they published the article, and then about a week later, the article went down. I was showing friends, I couldn't find it, and then I got an angry voicemail of them just foaming at my mouth, shouting at me, and it sounded like they were dating the head of the ADL when they were shouting at me.
Yeah.
And I was just the next time they called me, I usually just troll by doing a Peter Griffin laugh, you know, Family Guy. So I was like, yeah, of course. Like, they were wanting to screw me over too. If a journalist just writes a bad opinion about me, no problem. Everyone has opinions. But these were the ones just systematically and psychopathically lying about me.
Yeah.
So again, beast on journalists, goof off. There's some good journalists out there. I respect their work. Like, I'm meeting some of them on Monday too in London, but some of these journalists now, you just have to mess with it, mate. It was fun.
Yeah,
It's so much fun,
definitely. I would always say, wind journalists up.
Yeah, exactly.
They deserve it. They've earned it. But I want to know as well, when you arrived back in Britain,
Yes, mate.
were the feds on you? Were they
I'll tell
debriefing you? Were they like, what
I'll
happened?
go-
What did you see?
Well, we still one part of the story too. So
Oh.
when we arrived in Dubai, the Foreign Office was waiting for us, and it was the first time I've seen women in 8 months. So I was like, ooga ooga, and I you know, but
Weird question. Did you have a wank the entire time you were there?
there was a shower.
There was a shower.
There was
Right,
a
that's
shower.
fine.
Yeah,
Can make a man go mad.
Yeah,
Just saying.
it's kind of I've got to admit, I'm Catholic, so I shouldn't have, but man, it was a good stress relief, I've got to admit.
I'll admit, during
you
the
gotta have
time
fun
of being a
with
Taliban prisoner, I would, I'll allow
Yeah, I
it.
had fun with a 1-inch pinch, you know what I mean? I'm like Jeffrey Epstein, I've got to be a weird egg-shaped thing, you know? We've all seen yeah, I should have drawn my parallels myself of Jeffrey Epstein, you know?
Yeah, maybe not.
I'm going to die 107 by slipping on a banana peel. There's no other way, man. We'll talk about North Central Island later too. So the whole wang thing. I had a few wangs. I regret it, to be fair.
I said this is a joke. You don't have to go into this much detail.
I'm not, you're the fucking wanker now. But there was one other prisoner too. Speaking of wanks, there was one prisoner who was no, you'll get it. So he would do nothing but sleep for 20 hours a day. He was depressed, even though we had movies and ice cream and stuff. He was just depressed, you know. And he didn't speak any English apart from a little bit, and he was Russian, so he would go, big depression, no wife, big haha in Ruski, but here, no fuck, big depression, and I'll be there. and he was Muslim too, so he would sleep.
He was a Muslim Russian?
Yeah. So he would sleep one day, if he was from Chechnya.
So
He would sleep all day, and then we would shake him and go, hey, I can't say his name, but we would say, hey, bro, there's food. And he would wake up and go, mashallah, and just eat. And then fall back asleep again. And sometimes he would wake up in the middle of a movie and go, good movie, good romantic movie, no fuck movie. And I was like, mate, we're not going to fucking watch porn as a group, you know? It's like I could get my hands on that stuff.
I'm pretty sure porn's pretty haram.
Yeah,
in
it's not good, man.
Afghanistan.
Yeah, and I was like, you Muslim? You know, Muslim means Muslim. Oh, you Muslim? Porn? Nay, he was like, nay, porn, but romantic, big heart. Yeah, but he would just sometimes he would just wake up in the middle of the night and go, no fuck, and just fall back asleep. So a group of us just burst out laughing like this. Yeah, and then one day, it was a few days before my release. You know, he's just sitting there with his sheet. You know, his legs are spread out, so he's kind of creating a tent. You know, with his 2 legs, and we see a little motion. Right there. And I go, my Are you fucking jerking off right now? If you're fucking wanking, you're a wanker. Don't you dare do that in the presence of me. Go to the shower and do it like everyone else, you know? Like, have some common decency. And he's like, he just suddenly stopped, closed his legs. He goes, big depression, but no wank. No jerk. That's in past. He said, nay jerk. And I was like, I saw that sheet moving. All the other people were like, yeah, to be fair, dude, you always talk about fucking. I think you're fucking. and then he just awkwardly, he's like, go tishnab. And tishnab means bathroom, dude. So he picks up his pillow, holds it in front of himself to hide his fucking semi, you know? Yeah. And he just goes like to the door and throws his pillow back. And I'm like, oh, it's so over. So some dude just tried to wank like a few feet away from me. And
technically that was torture. You were
so
tortured.
True. Yeah, I was tortured by the Russians. True story. Yeah, big crossover episode. So that's where I joined.
Where were we? You landed in Dubai.
Yeah. Oh yes. By the way, so we landed in Dubai. Foreign Office gave me the bacon cheeseburger. By the way, if I requested 4 of them. So thank you. No joke. Thank you to the Foreign Office. They were actually solid. These staff were solid. The consulate service in Dubai. Thank you very much, guys. On a serious note, you guys are top G's. I love you guys. Thank you very much for your work, by the way. Genuine thank you. I'm sure they're watching this video. But
I'm sure they're in my fucking phone.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I'm sure they're listening in right now.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, it's like with the earpiece and all that. But they basically gave us like a hotel. They said that your flights are covered. I was like, oh, thanks, taxpayer. And second time.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, I didn't have terrorism insurance this time, so I didn't
I forgot that. I was about to make a joke there. I forgot that's actually a thing.
Yeah, I didn't have it on the first trip, so I profited from the first trip. But this time, no. And they gave us a hotel just to clean up, gave us some fresh clothes. And then we went through airport security. And one guy had a random explosive residue swab test. So, they had a roller, put it down there on the hand. And one of the British guys, the unnamed guy, had his cell used to be a storage area for ammunition and explosives. So, take the swab in the machine. Beep, beep, beep. Loads of staff converge on us. I'm like, prison part 2. This is going to be a lovely holiday.
I think the prisons in Dubai are nicer.
Yeah, man, they're like 5-star hotels or something. It's like,
golden toilets.
It's
like
like we've only got the bottom of the Burj Khalifa. Very sorry, guys. No, but I heard Dubai's been a bit trigger happy with prisoners at the moment.
Yeah.
So I was like, crap. And I'm not associated with these guys. I had a lovely holiday. These guys did not. And then after a while, we got deboarded from the plane, so we weren't allowed on the plane. We missed our flight, so the Foreign Office had to book more flights for us, for all 8 of us. So it cost like the Foreign Office like 20 grand. So I'm like, thanks, taxpayer. Yeah, true. I would pay back if they allowed me. Nah, I'm joking, I won't. But I'm trying to sound really good, like, hey, I'll pay if you guys want. I see. It's like, screw it, it's free stuff, man. I was 8 months on holiday, allow me. Yeah, let me goof off, and then after 19 hours of getting interrogated and stuff by Dubai intelligence, they were like, this guy's also goofy, Yeah, so they were like, you had your laptop? I was like, yeah, mate, want to read my book? And they were like, who is this American guy who has schizophrenia? I'm like, long story, but save for a podcast. I haven't got exclusive for you guys yet. So when I started pitching to them, I was like, hey, how easy to open a bank in Dubai? I want to do some business with you guys. So I did a little business pitch. Yeah. And they were like, I think I was talking too much. He had to stop me talking.
So, bro, this started with bomb residue. What the fuck are you talking
about? I was like, look at this graph here. This for money. It shoots up. Your stocks go up. Think about it. You guys can make some money. It's like I am your best friend.
To be fair, I think Dubai's got enough money.
Nah, mate, it's all me. It's all the gold mines in Afghanistan that made it. But after a while, the guy with the bomb residue, he literally just changed his clothes, went to equivalent of Primark, bought some clothes, had a shower, and then they were like, "Can you test me again?" They were like, "Okay." Swab. No beeping. Go on through.
Yeah.
So it was like just change your clothes and maybe a finger up the ass or something like that. Yeah. So it was okay. He was in good spirits. We were all joking about it. They were like, "Oh, you gonna get fingered, mate," or "Oh, enjoy your second prison." Just tell them this time you were making a gold mine. Yeah, we were all in good spirits about this. The Foreign Office was like panicking, saying I was going to tweet about this. So I was like, maybe. Can I get another burger?
Yeah, you were messaging us. You were messaging me.
Yeah, I was like, can I get another burger? Like, sure, just don't tweet. And I was like, that's cool. And we tweeted
anyway.
later. And I'm talking about the podcast now. They were chill. The British government was really sound about this.
Yeah.
So I got back to the airport in England, and I was like, where's my next flight to Tel Aviv? And they was like, shut up, Miles, you're not going on another plane at the moment. You spend a few days here. I was like, yeah, but Israel is having a lovely holiday with Palestine, and I want to go there. It seems good. Flights are really cheap at the moment. I wonder why. And they were like, Miles, we need to go take you through the airport. They didn't debrief me, which was quite good.
They didn't debrief you, so no.
I was really surprised by that.
Glory sat you down and wanted to know everything.
So at first they were like, hey, we want to do a call with the Foreign Office given the circumstances of your arrest, but at the moment, we need you to meet all your family. We've got your family waiting for you. I was like, my family? They were like, no, Mosh, you don't speak to your family. So we've got one of your friends called James, and I was like, fucking James is here. He's the wanker who got me in prison. And they were like, oh, that guy. So I saw James, and let's say he got slapped around a little bit by myself. Almost got arrested for assault in an airport. But he deserved it. He got me in Taliban jail.
To be fair, I'd have probably knocked the shit out of one of my pals if he got me sent away for 8 months.
I bitch slapped him up. James has like a big lump on his face. It's good stuff. Well, when I say slapped around.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, mate.
I would say if there's a time you're allowed to do it,
yeah,
that would have been it.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, no debriefing. They said, hey, can we have a call with the Foreign Office in a few days after you settle down?
Yeah.
And they were like, if you need anything, any mental health stuff, we can help you. I'm like, what are you talking about? You're talking shit, mate. I had a lovely holiday. I'm going back in 3 weeks.
See, for the moment I met you outside, I knew you were fine.
Yeah, mate. Like, all my friends were like...
It's actually quite scary.
All my friends were like, Miles, if there's anything you need, I'm like, yeah, bacon cheeseburger, mate. I get it. Yeah, so I was like, hey, they're under the impression that I'm going to be screaming from the middle of the night, like, where am I? PTSD.
Yeah.
And I was just there, like, I can use favors now. So I was like, hey, want to go out to a restaurant? They were like, yeah, sure, Miles, we'll cover it for you.
Was that the first thing you done when you got back?
I was back for a day, but I went to Romania to meet Tate. I was like, I passed through Birmingham on the way back to Loughborough where I live.
Yeah.
And I was like, jeez, I'm back in Kabul in Birmingham. I'm in little Kabul. I was looking around, I literally heard Pashto being spoken. So I was there I was like, oh, nee, Mushkinishta, Miles deport. So I quickly jumped on a plane expecting to be inspected by feds. No, I just jumped around, and I had the call with the Foreign Office.
No, it's fine. If you're going to get jumped in Birmingham, stick on the Barbie movie, Titanic.
Yeah, so true, yeah.
Man, yeah.
Oh no, they will not treat you with respect. The Birmingham people are just messed up, I lived in Birmingham, and no. Did I tell you about the crackhead in Birmingham I met on my third trip back from Afghanistan?
No.
Oh, this is a story. Another schizophrenic. So, yeah.
Crackhead.
No joke. So I lived in Birmingham for 18 years. Absolutely despised it. Worst place. Terrible architecture. Terrible people. Weird mix of, leftist stuff and then extremist people. And then I went back. And I was also homeless for 3 months in Birmingham, so that was lovely. So I went back and I arrived at Birmingham Airport from Kabul, and I had all my Taliban merch to resell in my carry-on.
Yeah. So
it was about 3 a.m, so I just sat outside, this really popular tourist attraction called Birmingham Train Station. It's really popular because it's where you get to leave Birmingham the fastest. Yeah. Yeah, so I was sitting there, I was just sitting on my phone listening to some schizo posts on iPhone or whatever. And then suddenly some homeless guy comes up to me. I'm thinking, I'll give him a $5, why not? But he sits down. He goes, if I rape a woman and kidnap her and make sure she has my child, am I creating life, and does that make me God? And I'm so I'm just sitting there. I pull out one AirPod. I'm like, oh, this is probably the mayor of Birmingham. This is like the chief philosopher, I'm like, it's probably guy from Birmingham University.
Modern day Brummy Diogenes.
Yeah, he's Diogenes. And I just talk to him, and he's just going through some schizo stuff, and I'm like, oh, this is actually entertaining to be fair. I wish I could film it, but he said no to the filming, so he's very smart like that.
At least you asked him.
Yeah, but he just talks shit constantly, and we have like a full-on debate about it. And I'm trying to, be careful with my speaking, so I'm like, hey mate, but why not just not rape women in the first place? He was like, yeah, but why not? I'm like, I'm just there like,
I mean, a myriad of reasons. To be honest,
I'm like, it's typical Birmingham. This is like the smartest, most sane man in Birmingham. So I've got to get the train now. Sorry, mate. And then I go to the I wrote about this in my book, by the way. So I go to the help desk too in Birmingham because my train's like 30 minutes late, and I'm a bit pissed with that because I've got connections to catch. And I go to the help desk, and a woman, she was incredibly bitchy. You know, her really high
customer service.
Yeah, she was really a high-powered profession of. You know, I used to work in investment banking. That's a walk in the park. Yeah. You know, this woman was very bitchy, saying, you know, in her high-powered profession that the train will be there eventually. And I'm like, oh, I apologise to her too because, you know, obviously she's working really hard and I'm being the asshole by asking at a help desk for help. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm like typical Birmingham. I mean, I slip in some piss in the station, and I have like a little bit on my Air Maxes. You know, I'm like, oh no, not the trainers. Yeah, they were white ones too, so now they're yellow and they're in the bin. But
Lovely.
I mean, I'm like, oh, it must be the homeless guy. I can't say his name, but it must be the homeless guy's you know, little mark of territory right there.
Crack piss.
Yeah, exactly. And the station just opened too, so I'm like, oh, Birmingham experience. And of course, the train was only 1.5 hours late, so it's the quickest train in. It's the most punctual train in Birmingham. And when I get on, I start harassing journalists on the phone. But that's just my typical routine. I'm going off track. Basically, I get back to England. Then I go to Romania, meet Tate, and we talk crap about our prison situation. He was like, yeah, I had bed bugs. I'm like, why do you have bed bugs? Just ask. Oh, you went with the Taliban. Oh, you were with Romanians. I had a great situation. And I was just flexing. All the other prisoners. Flexing
my luxury prison experience.
Yeah, man. I felt like who's that drug lord who had a chill time in prison in South America.
El Chapo.
Yeah, El Chapo. I felt like El Chapo, mate.
Pablo Escobar.
Yeah, Pablo
also.
Escobar.
Yeah,
I know his brother, by the way. I'm meeting up with him soon.
I'm gonna get so lost.
I'm gonna cross it. No, seriously. I'm gonna cross the Darien Gap, so he's got connections. So I'm like, hey, don't get me like mugged and stuff. Just you're a top guy, and he'll be like, "Hey, Lord Miles, just chill." Me and Callum abroad are go there, thankfully, and cross the Darien Gap.
South America.
Yeah, well, I've been there a few times. I've been to Snake Island in Brazil. Do you know that place?
Yes, I do. Where they've got, what is it? There's meant to be something like 3 snakes per square meter or something like that. Yeah,
3 snakes per square meter. Golden Land's head vipers. So if you guys don't know, if a single one bites you, your organs liquefy, your blood congeals, you just die within 10 minutes. There's been locals who have gone there, stepped on the island, grabbed some bananas, and when they get bitten within 10 minutes of it, they're just dead. There's so many stories of just people going there by accident, people going there to open the lighthouse, so the original family who built the lighthouse there. Yeah. The workers somehow kept dying, but they were slaves, so the Brazilians didn't care 200 years ago. So when they finished the lighthouse, one day they left the window open. A snake killed the family child. Yeah, they killed the family's child. The family runs out of the dead of night to go on the boat to go to the mainland to try and help the kid. Get medical attention. The kid was obviously dead, and then they all get bitten, of course, and they're all just messed up. I can't talk about this publicly. Well, I'm going to talk about it publicly anyway. There was a tourism site that they would do extreme tourism, and they would let you swim around Snake Island, but not go on it. You know, so you take some cheesy Instagram things. Snakes can swim, by the way. So they got bitten. There was one American tourist who died. It was really off the books, but all the locals know about in the area. So of course, I just kind of go. I see the Vice documentary. I'm like, geez, I need to go there. Next holiday, my ex was a snake and I could deal with her, so why not these people? You know what I mean? Yeah, so I went there, and you know how I got around the whole snake biting issue?
No.
I was wearing a whole suit of medieval armor. It was on my YouTube too, so I wore a whole suit of medieval armor. I was like some retarded Iron Man. I was actually singing a song. I was walking through Snake Island. It took me 3 hours to get up, but turns out wearing 45 kilograms of metal armor
practically
plus
at the
padding.
equator.
Yeah, at the equator during the height of summer in February time. This was just before my arrest, by the way. Was not good. So I got heat stroke, but I was like still going on. Had a lovely tan after that too. As I got into the lighthouse, and then suddenly my friend radios and goes, he's sitting on the boat just waiting for me, and he goes, hey, we've got like a Brazilian Coast Guard Navy patrol boat coming straight for our direction. They should be here in less than like 30 minutes. Miles, you need to get down. You will get arrested and get chucked in jail for 10 years for being on this island. So I'm like, oh jeez, what's the smartest thing to do right now? So I thought through the ideas. I thought, okay, there's a snake right there. Do I get it to bite me, and then I can solve my problems, go to heaven? But I realised suicide.
What?
Yeah, it was kind of one of these "it's so over" moments. And so I thought I'll just kill myself, makes it easier for me on the stress side. But I realised suicide's not allowed in Catholicism, of course. So when I thought to myself, wait, we're so back, I can just stay here overnight, and obviously the patrol boat won't go on the island themselves. But then I realised, the snakes really do come out at night when it's cool.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't have a helmet, so if they come down and they climb up, I'm screwed. It's kings of the army, So I thought to myself, I'm very risk averse, as you know. So I stripped off all the armor into nothing but jeans and a t-shirt, and there's photos of this I filmed on my YouTube. This whole thing, it was filmed, and I run down Snake Island, and the foliage is like up to my mantids, basically up to my chest, my pecs. That's the word for it. And I run down, and I'm just saying like the Hail Mary. I'm like, I know I was like half of and I run all the way down. I don't get bit somehow. I have no idea how. I literally, when I put down the camera, I saw audio recording. I'm like, hey, this is Miles Routledge. This is my will. I'm very sorry. My ex can go fuck herself. I started spouting about random things that should be done. I'm like, publish my book. I'm Lawrence of Arabia laughing. Oh please, I'm gonna die. Get to the boat. I'm like, oh. I just jump off the boat. The island, the speedboat. Sorry, the Navy patrol was like 10 minutes away. Speedboat starts speeding. We go back to the mainland. We get away, and I'm just there. I seriously, I still have dreams about it. I should have died on my island, 100%, mate. That was the one trip I was not in control of. The trip I did not have confidence in, and I made it off, mate. I'm going back soon as well. But yeah, because I didn't do the video justice. You know what I mean? I should have got one of those those padding that dog trainers have for like biting the arm and stuff. Should have that stuff. But I'm going back. Snake Island was great, man. Those are Brazilian snakes.
Fuck's sake.
This shit like that.
So you arrived back in the UK, didn't get debriefed, didn't get anything like that. The Home Office or the Foreign Office even, are they still like keeping in touch with you to see how you're doing?
Yeah, they're like, do you need counselling? Do you need to contact this charity to organise stuff? I'm like, I'm competent. Why would I use the government to do stuff for me? You know what I mean? I was like, I'm just chilling. I'm goofing off. I'm fine. What are you on about? Are you fine? Do you need to talk? Do you need to talk to me?
Are you okay?
I have a good holiday. It's like, you guys are earning 30 grand a year with a really crappy office job. I'm the one that's going on holiday. Like, do you need help? Do you need career advice? I can help you guys out. And
Come with me to Afghanistan.
Yeah, literally,
change your life.
They were like,
travel broadens the mind.
They were like, very sorry that happened to you. I'm like, hey, I'm going back in 3 weeks. They're like,
oh my
God. I think a Foreign Office is they just despise me at this point.
I was going to we better get on first name terms here, because you're going to be hearing from me a lot.
I am with a few of them.
We're going to be working together for a long time.
Yeah, mate.
So that's it. You're free now, just out doing interviews, doing podcasts, doing all that stuff.
Yeah, just goofing off and going on cold talk and going to America 3 weeks, back to Afghanistan. The Taliban invited me. Do you want me to go to Tora Bora for a YouTube video? I'm like, hell yeah, I'll go to Tora Bora.
What's Tora Bora again? I've heard of it.
Yeah, so it's a caves where Bin Laden stayed in Afghanistan,
and
there was apparently some ISIS and Al Qaeda. But the Taliban are give me an escort there, and they're gonna show me around like a nice little tour. Because they've cleared it out now. Yeah. And now it's like a tourist attraction, and they want me to show it off. So I thought, hell yeah, I want to do that.
That actually would be quite interesting, seeing the caves well.
Yeah, mate. I could buy one and turn it in some hipster pod stuff. Put it on Rightmove, or just put it on one of those hotel websites. And just charge $200 a night. Some hipster retard millennial will go for it. So I'm like, hell yeah.
So before the camera died, what is it you've got planned next? So you said you had Tora Bora.
I'm driving back to the UK in a car. Doing my Afghan stuff.
Full of Afghanistan terrorist merch.
No, they're legally considered freedom fighters. Otherwise, if I bring an ISIS flag back,
I mean, in the 80s they were. they were during the 80s. Rambo.
No, never. They were always considered freedom fighters. It's very bizarre. Only Japan considers them a terrorist group. But once I shipped to Japan by accident and didn't check it, it's fine. Who cares? Yeah, anyway. Just wanted in Japan, they're just waiting for me to come. But also, Afghanistan shares a very small border with China. Yeah. And if you look on Google Maps of this Wakhan area, it's about 100 miles of nothing. It's very remote, very mountainous. It's very high altitude. And the thing is, there's no official border crossing. You can't legally cross that border. Yeah. But about 20 miles into China, there's a military checkpoint and stuff. just to make sure no smugglers come across. But if you look on Google Maps, if you look on satellite images, there's a nice foot trail. And now there's no trees, there's no water, there's nothing there of any value-wise. There's no reason someone would go there. So it's a smuggling route. There's a clear footpath from this area.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I want to go there. And no one has been to this border since 1947. Only one grey black and white photo exists.
Really?
Yeah, so I want to go there, goof off. Darien Gap too, so you know that jungle between Panama and Colombia?
Yeah.
Yeah, basically that's the reason you can't drive from Argentina to Alaska.
Yeah.
I want to go there. About 20% of people who enter die. There's like militias, there's drug smugglers, gangs in general. There's literally skulls on spikes there. Loads of immigrants go to South America and then pass through that area to go to the US, or at least try to anyway. I'm gonna stop them. Yeah, but like, yeah, no, America's that way. Sorry, yeah, my store a sign or something.
Yeah, it's back the way you came.
Yeah, I'm the US's top guy, you know. But I want to go through there because what can go wrong, you know? That's why I've got Pablo Escobar's brother on speed dial, you know. He's my G. So he's a goofy guy. He wants to meet, you know. Callum Abroad's met him as well. We're just gonna goof off together, you know. Yeah, we're gonna pull some strings. What else? There's a nuclear alert station for nuclear missiles in Canada. So you know those islands on the top of Canada? We'll show you this photo now. At the top of it, very top, above the Arctic Circle, 500 miles from the nearest airport. This area hasn't been walked on at all, by the way. It hasn't been properly mapped as well because the ice keeps moving. Yeah. And plus, satellite imagery just doesn't work because it's so close to the top of the pole. So in this little area, there's like a little military base where the Canadians send the C-17 every 6 months to drop off supplies and move people. And it's so if Russia launches a nuke, you know, they get a few minutes heads up about this before it reaches mainland Canada. But there's a Tim Hortons there, and there's like 5 buildings.
They've still got a fucking Tim Hortons.
Yeah, of course. So I emailed the Canadian government like, "What's up? I'm Lord Miles. You know who I am, but no need to introduce myself." I was very humble, and I said, "Hey, can I pop down to this nuclear alert station? If you don't need security clearance, I'm chill. Can I pop down?" And they were like, "No," and I said, "But is there a fence though to stop me?" And they never responded. So I'm putting together a 500-mile Arctic expedition. Absolutely nothing can go wrong. So I've got some guys with guns in Canada who can give me it for polar bears just in case.
I was going to say, you're either going to get shot at the fence or you're going to get eaten by a polar bear.
I've been playing this for over a year. I've got sled dog companies as well that are willing to sell me the dogs. So you have to eat them about halfway through because it's a weird calorie thing.
Yeah.
As well, you know, I've got a team that's put together. I've got some Arctic training that I actually went through in secret, so that's good. I also want to go to the ice wall, see what's over there. It's like goof off. I want to find a Gartha Hyperborea, you know, that type of thing. You know,
right.
Yeah, I've got A10 eyes, so I'll be loud through, no problem. Yeah, I'm also autistic, so I'll be loud.
Yeah.
What else, mate?
Autistic? How you mean the chosen?
God's chosen people, you know what?
A different kind of Tina Turner,
pretty much everywhere I want to go. I want to walk through Thailand, the UK. I want to, at one point, walk from South America all the way to Argentina by crossing that little bit between Russia and America when it freezes over.
The Bering Strait?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to cross that. Nothing go wrong, by the way. I want to walk. That'll be my last ever trip.
Polar bears. That could go wrong.
Yeah, but of course, if something go wrong with polar bears because I'm Lord Miles, I'll just shoot them. I'll be like, oh, doggy! Bang! Finish. Easy. It's like, why are you scared of polar bears? Just blow them up.
Well, if you're asleep?
Well, I don't sleep. I always sleep with one eye open, you know. I'm always awoke as hell, you know. Yeah.
For fuck's sake.
Yeah, man. But the last one, North Central Island.
Don't, Miles.
100%.
Miles, don't.
I've been speaking to anthropologists, archaeologists, and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I have a solid plan for this. I've been speaking to people who have been there, like in the Indian government in the 80s and 90s. Some people have actually made friendly contact. All the YouTube videos just brush over that to paint the narrative that it's 100% deadly. It's like 99%.
They killed a guy just like a couple of years ago.
Yeah, but the guy was a little bit retarded. Once again, here's the thing too. If I go to Eastern Europe and get a custom made like suit of medieval armor. I've chatted with some material scientists, my friends. We actually recreated the impact of listen. We created tests of stress materials of a typical suit of medieval armor versus the bows and arrows they have on North Central Island, plus 20%.
Yeah, their arrows are like 8 feet long. Like,
yeah,
you know
we
that.
tried that. We tested it. It does not penetrate the armor. It does not even dent it to some degree. Like, it's really solid. So if we got a super medieval armor, I could go on there, cover my entire body, have some sort of cooling system set up because it's obviously very hot in this part of India.
Right.
And then obviously have, if they try and come at me, mace on my hand and just be like, oh, hello, first contact, space. And then, and I can just go to the centre of the island.
They're going to think that you're some god that looks like Robocop.
Well, I'm Lord Mars. Yeah, to be fair, I mean, they've seen Robocop 100%.
Oh my God.
But here's the thing too.
Can I, right?
There's other ways,
You didn't listen to me over Afghanistan. Can you please listen to me over North Central Island?
Wait. So I'm famous. I'm making a ton of money. I'm goofing off. I'm enjoying myself. Where's the L here? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
you'll die. That's the L.
I cannot die. You know what I mean? I've literally had.
What do you mean you cannot die?
Sometimes I wake up. I've had a vision. I've received information from the spirits or something where they've told me of, they told me to go to North Central Island. I'm like, that's totally reasonable. I should go, to be fair.
God told the last guy to go to North Central Island.
No, he didn't have A10 eyes, man. He didn't. But honestly, the other thing is, this guy in the 70s actually went there regularly every single week, and he would do his thing where he does this very Fortnite dance, dresses like them. He got a bit of a tan, a spray tan or whatever, to look a bit more like them. Dyed his hair black, so he looks like an Indian.
Right.
Did like a funny Fortnite dance with a coconut, threw the coconut, and he obviously went onto the island. And they were like, "Thanks for coconut." That's their crack. They love coconuts. They're not native to the island, but they sometimes wash up, so it's a big treat. And he would do that every single week, and every single time you get a little closer, like dealing with dogs. You gotta gain the trust.
Right.
And then after a while, he was actually on the island. They were like, "Thanks for the coconuts, my G," and he would just keep giving me coconuts. He was on friendly terms. In a few trips, he was actually going to go into the island. But the issue was, he had a heart attack, unrelated, and just died. The Indian government in the 90s actually did the same technique with a funny Fortnite dance and the coconuts. And he brought a native from the other island, and he also brought a woman to show a sign of peace. So it shows that you're not going for war. So I want to bring like a nice blonde hair, tanned girl, A10i girl, some kind of Hyperborean, a mission.
And get her killed as well.
No, Hyperborean diplomatic mission, 100%. You got to beat some of the natives.
I've got a feeling that bit where I'm saying "Don't go, Miles" is what's going to be shown in the Netflix documentary covering your death.
Nah, man, I can't. I'm going to die on the way back, and I'm going to slip on a banana peel at the airport after North Central. You know what I mean? No, but here's the thing: I am morally obligated to go because they do not.
Why?
They don't have a COVID vaccine. You know what I mean? I need to give it to them. They are in danger right now. They're social isolating from the rest of the world. And, it makes sense.
You know what? That's how you get the government to sponsor your trip. Tell them you're going to administer the vaccine.
The UN giving it to you.
Yeah.
Just laughing, man. I'll just shit posting. But, generally, I want to go
it's
everywhere.
It's very hard
and
to keep you alive, Miles.
I haven't had a scratch on me in, this 3 years, but when I stay in Birmingham, mate.
You've just been released from Taliban custody.
I had a lovely holiday. Honestly, what's so absurd about this? I've got a multi-million-dollar gold mine deal. I'm meeting with the head of some stock exchange on Monday, and he's promising me about $500,000 in investments. Like, it might not happen, of course, but bloody hell, that seems like a good direction to go, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I've got a $250,000 hedge fund investment. I'm literally the biggest seller of Taliban merch in the West.
What a title! What a title to have!
Yeah, man. It's a top upcoming industry. So you got like crypto investors. You got like AI editors.
Soon everyone slept on Microsoft.
Well, it's like it pays better than my best in banking job, and I'm not really working. I'm just goofing off, having fun.
Yeah.
Like just an eternal white boy summer, and everyone, the media, just foaming at the mouth, and I'm just like wankers.
For fuck's
I'm having
sake.
fun, dude.
Obviously, I'm happy you're having fun. I'm happy that you've got this life full of absolute adventure and amazing stories. Your grandchildren are going to fucking love it. Right?
I'm not going to have children.
I was going to say, I want you to be around to see your grandchildren. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, mate.
I've asked you many times to be
pregnant
careful.
with North Centralese. Yeah. I'm kidding.
Oh, yeah.
No, they're not my type, to be honest. But honestly, I'm going to goof off. I'm going to do everything I can to make sure I come out on top of this. It's been a lovely holiday, and to be fair, nothing can go wrong. My guardian angel...
Nothing can go wrong.
Yeah, exactly. I say that every single time, and then something goes wrong. I mean, I'm really glad someone gets stabbed when I walk out. But
it's pretty dangerous here. I'll give you that, yeah.
When you go to Glasgow, mate, it's dangerous.
Yeah.
But honestly, it's been a lovely holiday. I'm just as long as you're delusionally optimistic, and somewhat narcissistic. You have this. I'm just LARPing as an 1800s British explorer. Like I think T.E. Lawrence might be my dad. I'm just staring at the A10 eye chart. I'm like, wow, so true. It makes me feel special. It's like white girls with astrology. Same thing, man. So I'm just having fun. Worst comes to worst, I die. You're gonna make a Mad Lads video about me. I'm chilling, and plus I can't complain. I'm dead. Like, who cares? You know what I mean? Yeah. To be fair, like non-eccentric British people don't understand. They can't comprehend the goofing off mindset of just living big. And if it goes wrong, who cares? Because that's my aim at the end of the day. Imagine if I have 8 little children during space age. They're going to go to bloody, I don't know, they're going to go to some planet somewhere and, start diplomatic relations with the Ooga Booga people.
Right.
Yeah, it's like I want my kids to be autistic explorers. I might get them vaccinated so they actually have more autism because it might kind of generate more power.
Yeah, right. I see.
True. It makes perfect sense, mate. Yeah.
Oh god, I'm not going to try and talk you out of it because I tried to talk you out of Afghanistan and that didn't go very well. But what can you at least promise me one thing, right?
No.
I was just going to say, please at least try and be safe.
Well, despite my best efforts, I refuse to die. When I first, my friends who gave me that lordship certificate in the beginning, I told you about at the beginning of this shit post.
Yeah.
They literally had a saying about me, even before my travels, years before. They said, all we can do is encourage him. There's nothing else you can do. It's like, if I'm determined to goof off, I will, All we can do is encourage Miles. That was their saying they had about me after meeting me for half a year. And
I don't want to encourage you if I think you're going to die.
Well, it's like all you can do is show support, you know what I mean? It's like,
What I will say is that I hope you're safe and I wish you're safe. Yeah. I just want you to not die.
I mean, to be fair, it's going to happen eventually, mate. I think I'm going to outlive you. It's just...
I mean, probably. I smoke 40 a day, so you probably will.
Yeah, but then again, I return to Birmingham every once in a while, so, it kind of evens out, yeah. And plus, I think you're in better health than me. I mean, bloody look at my hairline. I'm 40 years old, physically. Yeah, but how old are you, mate?
I'm 36. Yeah, I was 36 2 days ago.
Happy birthday.
Thanks,
yeah, I'm 24, but look at this. I've got the most sad shape.
Bitch, mine goes fucking halfway up my head.
Oh, that's sexy though, yeah.
I look like crackhead Vegeta.
I'm jealous of your wife, mate. I mean, no homo, but... After this, we're going to make another type of footage movie.
No, we're not. That's gay and haram. But anyway...
I mean, dress up as a goat, mate.
I'll let you shout your stuff out.
Thank you, guys. So... If you are adventurous enough to view my stuff, which you should be, because I'm great and totally very humble, search Lord Miles on Google, search on Twitter, search on Instagram and YouTube. I'm be uploading great videos. You do not want to miss this, to be fair. Take the day off work and watch my videos. 100%. Like, if you DM me, I will tell your boss that you're ill. I'll forge a doctor's note for you if you promise to like and subscribe. Also, if you comment North Central Island, it will only encourage me. So one comment, it means one day sooner that I will actually go there. So 100% I will count up the comments. Comments North Central Island is happening or something like that. The comments. Just follow me. I'll dox myself when I buy a house, by the way. It happens. I've done it before. Just Lord Miles, search me up. I'm going to be making Vice-style documentaries, high quality stuff. I'm actually talking to some people who deal with Netflix and Channel 4 and all those people, so they can't ignore me any longer. All they can do is encourage me. I'm going to be big. I'm just getting started, guys. I'm not slowing down. This is the beginning. I'm just starting to goof off. You have no idea the plans I am in and putting together. It's like, it's absurd in the real world, but who wants to live there? I'm probably autistic. I'm probably retarded. Probably a little bit psychopathic in some ways. Go and follow that. It's entertaining. 210,000 people can't be wrong right now on my Twitter. Search it up. Like, follow, subscribe. Donate life savings to my Patreon. Just give me all your money. Give me all your money. I want money. I want money. Please, I want money. I want to revenge. I want money. Give me your money. Money. I don't know, man. Thank you very much.
Nobody's man.
Yeah, and also follow this guy called Count Dankula. I know you haven't heard of him. You came for me, but one day he'll make it big. His poke does this funny little hand thing. It'll be big one day. Yeah.
Brilliant. Thanks.
Sorry about that.
He's gonna die. Don't go anywhere. You sit right there. I've got live shows coming up in London this December, and you can buy tickets to them down below and come to see me. I've got a small show at Comedy Unleashed, and then I've got 2 big shows later in the week. You can come to my shows if you buy tickets, and the link's down below. For the 4 women who watch this channel, you can buy them as an early Christmas present for your man friend or boy toy or whatever the hell you've got. I don't know what women do, but still, come to my show and I will tell funny jokes, and I promise I'll only be a little bit racist. Just a little bit racist. But anyway, come to my show. I want to see you all in person, so I can fight you.
It's Count Dankula on YouTube. Everybody just subscribe.